They go to universities, they have dreams to be employed, and they also have ambitions to achieve. But what is the reality?
It is that jubilant and congratulatory season of the year when we observe a lot of excitement from students who have become graduates, a proud moment for parents who get to witness their children get a step closer to being employed. But then again, there's this reality.
Nearly 64% of our young people in South Africa are unemployed. This is something no country can afford.
This soon diminishes the joyful moments that graduations are about. Our producer spent some time with two young graduates to find out how they are handling life after graduating. Pontsho is in the final year of her second qualification. She moved to Johannesburg from Limpopo with a dream.
I came to Johannesburg to study. I study at the University of Johannesburg. I'm studying business management and project management. I'm in my third year, final year.
Sphesihle lives in Soweto with her parents. She recently graduated with a BSc in computer science.
My fears leading towards my graduation were me not getting the type of job that I truly deserve, or that I loved. Because, looking at, the positions, while applying, yes, okay, they were IT jobs, but they weren't the type of jobs that I really wanted to do. But I did apply because, always uhlale ekhaya and not do anything. And yeah, I just remember, not getting accepted, many job interviews, not getting in. So yeah, it was pretty tough, I'm not going to lie. And I even remember telling my mom the one time that, I need to go, just leave this area, leave this space and just, go recuperate, because just sitting in at home was a lot.
Sphesihle explained to us how not getting a job affected her and also highlighted the major reason for youth unemployment.
So the main reason that, many young graduates aren't accepted into the workspace is, number one, not enough jobs available for the youth. Everyone is looking for seniors, but they're not giving graduates a chance to prove themselves, to actually upskill themselves and learn from their seniors.
Pontsho, on the other hand, pointed a finger at the youth. She says a lot of responsibility lies with the youth themselves.
I think what the problem is that we are not exposed, or most graduates are not exposed rather, or they could also just be scared to put themselves out there. It is very scary to walk into a room where you know no one. It is scary to start anything new. So, and also not exposing yourself to enough. There's a lot of information out there, and know what content is good and not good, or is beneficial, not going to be beneficial for your future. If you look at tech right now, tech is one of the biggest industries, and it takes a lot of hard work, yes, but it is very beneficial. So as we're looking at the future of employment in terms of the fourth industrial revolution even, it is good for you to insert yourself where that evolution is happening, which is in tech.
The job market is changing as fast as the technology. In the meantime, what can young people do to catch up?
During the State of the Nation address, the president had this to say.
This year, the National Skills Fund will provide 800 million rand to develop skills in the digital and technology sector through an innovative model that links payment for training to employment outcomes. We reiterate our call to companies. We reiterate our call also to government departments and to state-owned enterprises to remove the requirement for work experience for young people seeking entry-level positions. Now, it is often said that you must have experience, even when you are a first-time job seeker. Where will you get the experience when you have not been given an opportunity to work? And that is why we say remove that requirement.
Even with their degrees, Pontsho and Sphesihle decided to do something other than holding on to their qualifications and waiting for a particular job.
Being on Instagram, scrolling through my phone, and I saw this course. I was like, okay, ALX course, cloud developer. All right, let me just give it a try, check it out, see what it's all about. And I applied, not expecting, anyone to get back to me, because they received applications from all over Africa. And yeah, I just remember getting an email stating that I've just been accepted into the program. And yeah, the ALX Africa really did change my life and just, my career.
In their quest to upskilling themselves, these two youngsters met through ALX, an organization that seeks to eradicate youth unemployment in Africa.
I joined ALX because I wanted to try something new. I wanted to advance my skills. I know how important skills are in the economy that we live in South Africa, in terms of your soft skills as a person and those helping you to become more employable. So that's why it really motivated me to apply for one of their programs here.
We asked ALX South Africa's manager to let us in on what the organization does.
ALX is a youth skills training and development company. We are a sister company to the African Leadership Group, and really the ALX arm of the organization is the arm that is on a mission to not only train, but to actually place 2 million young Africans in dignified employment by year 2030. But particularly for South Africa, the organization has really been growing in leaps and bounds over the 2 years. So basically what happens is our graduates that finish our programs then get onboarded or welcomed into the room, which is our placement arm, where we say if you've graduated with one of our programs, it's not enough for you to say, here we're training you, but we also want to try and place you and put you in front of potential employers, because we believe in your skills, because we know that you've successfully completed one of our programs. So it's quite exciting times for the organization in South Africa. Young people are taking the step to go to school and graduate, but then they sit at home because of issues around unemployment and not having enough employment opportunities out there. So we then thought that this is a big problem that needs somebody to be on the forefront of trying to solve it. And the room was introduced to say, you have successfully completed one of our programs, how can we help you? So firstly, we started doing, profiling our graduates to say, who's doing what since they graduated? Where are they now, right? So that we could identify how massive or how dire the situation is. And we found that it was. So we started the Room Fellowship. It's equivalent to an alumni program if you went to a traditional university. And we launched the Room midway in 2022. So it's fairly new. But I can tell you now, for South Africa alone, last year we have had things like master classes, where we talk about work readiness opportunities. We invite industry experts to give TED Talks and fireside chats to these young people, not only to inspire or motivate them, but to actually tell them and inform them about practical and real opportunities that are out there for them to get out, of that probably depression that they are facing because they are unemployed, and to know that we as the room are here and we understand that there is a crisis and we want to do what we can to try, if anything, give them the tools and the skills that will enable them to sell themselves when they go out there and talk about their skills and their talents. So the Room Fellowship currently, we've got hundreds of active graduates in the room, like the two that you saw today. And these are young people that are highly skilled, highly motivated, highly inspired, and that are ready to go into the workplace. And we are super excited to be part of that journey that they are walking.
These graduates who decided to upskill themselves with more technology-related programs are now at the forefront of advising their peers on how to avoid being a part of the unemployment statistics.
For a company such as ALX to want to bridge that gap between the young people in Africa and tech and the tech revolution that is coming is quite big. So it's really great, honestly. There's nothing else I could say, but this is such an amazing opportunity.
Vatiswa further highlighted how ALX programs are designed for anyone.
We launched all of our programs as online programs for a very particular reason, for broader access, so that wherever you are sitting, in a rondavel in the Transkei, Engcobo, or in a shack in Soweto, in Johannesburg, or in a penthouse in Waterfall, in Waterfall in Johannesburg, no one is discriminated, everyone has access.
The power lies with industry players and those who run the economy. Do they have the appetite to give a young person a chance to prove themselves?
One of the things ALX does is to expose graduates to gatherings that give them a platform to network with potential investors and recruiters.
This whole morning I was just thinking about everything that had happened last night. For me I've never imagined that I would one day be part of such a huge event, being on Forbes. Forbes knows my name somehow in their admin. And I'm the first ever in my family to attend an event like that.
I got the opportunity to network with many influential women, from all kinds of industries and spaces. And I'm just very honored to have been, given that opportunity by ALX, The Room, to just attend that summit.
One of the most painful aftermath of unemployment is mental illness amongst young people. Pontsho and Sphesihle know too well how deep this is.
Mental health is really a big issue. I've seen friends and people that I know that struggle with mental health issues. I would say, really, do not be scared to ask the right questions. If you see somebody that's doing something that you might want to go into, ask questions. I mean, most of the times we rob ourselves from opportunities because we're too scared to ask. We're too scared of how we want to be perceived. Sometimes look stupid, asking stupid questions if that is the case. Ask these questions, you will get an answer. You will get an answer. The most somebody could say is refer you to some website, and maybe that website would be that one click would be something that changes your life.
do something, talk to someone. Don't just lock yourself in your room and, not share anything with anyone.
That is the only reason why I was able to do that, was because I was audacious enough. I put my, what will people say aside, and really went for things that I thought I would never do. I did the hard things, which is one of the mottos of ALX. Do the hard things, speak to these people, and you never know where you would end up. I know the future for me, I believe, is really bright. I see myself really far, and being on Forbes is just the beginning of it. And I'm just saying that everybody should be like that. You should want to get out of your comfort zone.
Our producer spent some time with Samson Vilagazi, who has over 20 years' experience in the HR and recruitment space, both locally and internationally.
You've now qualified, you have this LLB. What's next? What is it that when I have a piece of document I'm supposed to be selling? When you are selling yourself, when you are coming straight out of university, it's not experience, but it is potential. It is attitude, it is aptitude, and your resilience. Once you have aced the interview, what's next? What does the workplace require of you? Now we have digitization that has taken place. COVID has really fast-tracked how that, if you like, find its expression within the workplace. It simply means now you are not only competing with people within South Africa, you are competing with people globally. You have skill and talent that is all of a sudden opening up and is available in India, in the United States, in many other developed countries, where now you are supposed to be expected as a person that has just gotten this LLB to come and compete with those people. You need to preserve your energy. You need to know how do you use your energy to a point where you keep your motivation going, because when you are applying for positions that either you do not have relevant skills for, or you are applying because of you've seen this position on the internet or wherever platform you've picked this up and you're applying for the sake of applying, it has a way of eroding your motivation to a point where you even start thinking this qualification is irrelevant or you do not have what it takes.
As we wrapped up this episode, we asked, whose fight is it anyway?
If we look at statistics, in June 2022, when the president was addressing and really calling for this removal of red tape and or over-reliance on calling for people with experience, the unemployment rate was at 34.5%. The projected unemployment stats as we speak right now from Statistics SA data, it's at 35.6%. This is a shift, an increase of 1.1% of unemployment, in that statistics. And if you look at Q4, right now we've just finished Q1 of 2023. That's really not inspiring confidence.
The public sector or government cannot do it alone. It needs to be a private and public sector participation coming together, partnering, so that we can bridge, one, the gender divide when it comes to young people having access to technology, so that they can accelerate their careers, they can create, they can innovate, and participate in the economy.
You need to make sure that the regulations are supportive of businesses being able to be given space to run programs like that. SETAs are being given an opportunity to disband discretionary grants, mandatory grants that helps with skills development initiatives.
At the end of the day, young people do deserve a chance in the economy. Thank you for watching Stories Untold.